rising higher, growing deeper, rising higher through actions and thoughts add up to big change. This June's theme is Hello Beautiful Community. This month, we're celebrating something powerful, the truth that we are all one. All over the world, people from marginalized communities have shown us what it means to live in bold, beautiful color. They've persevered through challenges, not because of anything they've done, but simply because of who they are. And still, they shine. So this month, let's cast off old ideas of separation and step into something greater. Unity, diversity, and the joy of being fully ourselves. Let's celebrate the divine in each other. Let's remember, we are all one family, one love, one light. The recommended book of the month is The Awakened Brain. The Awakened Brain is by Dr. Lisa Miller. It's a powerful exploration of the science behind spirituality and how awakening our innate spiritual capacity can lead to resilience, clarity, and greater well-being. Whether you're grounded in faith or just curious about the connections between brain and spirit, this book offers meaningful insights. And now it's time to introduce our speaker. So this is April's last talk at the Center for the Foreseeable Future, as she has chosen a talk title of The Art of Living, the Art of Living a Well-Loved Life. Please help me with welcome April.
Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So, did everybody hear that the symphony is playing in the park next weekend? Yeah, it's going to be lovely. So, I heard about a conductor recently that had twin daughters. He named them Anna 1, Anna 2. Oh, you didn't think I was leaving about one more of these. So welcome everyone, and thank you. So this is so wonderful to have such a full house on the last time for me doing this for the foreseeable future, as Wes mentioned. So the title's a little spin. So the art of living a life well loved, instead of, you might have heard it, a life well lived. And I did this on purpose because with science in mind, we do practice that there's a science methodology to our spirituality, that we do treatment in a particular way, we use a lot of the spiritual tools, and that if we do this, it's guaranteed to manifest what we wish. Well, science has come a long way, and as well, our understanding of how other things influence our manifestations, such as emotion, vibration. So with this knowledge, I always find that it is a science, but it's also an art. It's how we use it, right? It's how we put our practice to faith. So I find it more like an artistic event than just pure science. And I've gone through that. When I was going through the practitioner training, I must say I got quite into, it's not personal, and spirits just works for everybody, and that's why the bad people get what they want, and just the same as anybody else, because they believe it, and that's how the universe works. And I lost my magic. I had such magic with my spirituality. I totally got in. I loved the fairies. I liked going out and talking to the little creatures in the yard. My life was full of that other, that the readings and just that feeling that would sweep over you, maybe sitting in your backyard on a beautiful summer's evening, when you just have this feeling of being connected with everything. Camping, sitting around a campfire, whatever it means to you or whatever you do. So I found that my spiritual practice and being spiritual director here moved further away from being just a science to being an artistic endeavor. And I think there's such a power in that. So if you weren't here for the meditation, it was Alyssa Chellam, and the song was, the chant she does is "The power of love is here now." So the power of love. If I'm going to give a quote from Ernest Holmes, and I'm going to read it because, as you know, I ruin every single quote I try to memorize. So, in his words, love is the givingness of spirit through the desire of life to express itself in terms of creation. Really simple, eh? What it's saying is love is a force. Love is the creative force of the universe. It is how the universe creates. Everything you love, everything you give your attention to, everything that you express is how spirit is expressing, is how the universe is growing and expanding. So, what's this mean for you? This means that your very thoughts, your very intentions of just being kind, just saying thank you to someone, is a creative force. It is power. It's a power that has ramifications beyond what you could ever imagine. Right? We think something so simple. I remember a story a really long time ago about a fellow who was quite depressed, and he'd been alone for quite a while and didn't have friends, and he just decided one day he was done. And he decided his thought process was that he was going to walk to a bridge, and if no one acknowledged him before he got to the bridge, he was going to jump. And the question was asked, if he met you on that bridge, would he have jumped? So we never know, and please, if you're in that position, if you're feeling at all suicidal, there are numbers that you can reach, the suicide hotline. And I think it's really important to mention that when bringing up such a subject. But that's the question. That really hit me, because then I realized the power. And we use this creative power all the time, and we take classes, and we do all this stuff to create the life we want, right? To create something meaningful for ourselves. And we forget that we're also creating for everyone in this room, for everyone in Winnipeg, for everyone in this world and beyond. If you believe in little creatures, well, I guess Pentagon says they exist, so we might as well go with it. So, right? Isn't that powerful to know that you have that ability to change things for people like that? Yeah. Sometimes I come in here and, I'm not certain, and I'm like, I got stuff to do. Though I've always loved it, I walk through that door, and the first thing I see is Barb up there, and they're playing, and she's a smiling, and I get a wave, and it's like, yeah, I'm so happy to be here. This is absolutely perfect. And I do have to say that every moment has been a joy for me and a learning experience. I've never found it work one Sunday morning. I've loved it. I've loved seeing each and every one, every phone call I got to do, every little text message I got to send on, might have been a hard day. It has been a joy. I mean, even when I was in the hospital, they were laughing at me. I was just like, I'm just going to update the website. I know so-and-so is speaking this week. And it was joyful. I felt like I was doing something. I felt that I was giving as not just taking. And at that time, it was a lot of receiving. So the moving on, the change, and it didn't come all of a sudden. But sometimes Spirit nudges you and it says, I think there's something else, I think there's something else. So there's always, I'm going to use 2 songs during this service. I hope you allow me the little, if it puts us a little over. But the first song has always been important to me over the last 25 years, 30 years I've listened to this song. And I would ask that you just close your eyes and listen to this. It's by Martin Joseph, and it's called Let Yourself. And it kind of expresses how I feel at this moment of moving on. So, if I could.
I need you brave, I want you strong, sing along, you are beautiful, and I'm not wrong. Even today this timeline will be fine, enough for us to find a path ahead, let it all roll on. But if you're drifting away, if it's falling apart, just let yourself be quietly drawn by the stronger call of what you really love. Just let your soul, the one that you brought with you, say to this moment in time, to whisper to your fears and wrestle with the noise of this night for you. If we could just step outside, look at ourselves for a moment, we might see there's a different way we can be. Do not expect to find all the answers of this world, because if you could somehow and then you did, well, who the hell would you be? But if you're drifting away, is it falling apart? Just let yourself be quietly drawn by the stronger call of what you really love. Just let your soul, that's the one that you brought with you, say to this moment in time, whisper to your fears and wrestle with the noise of this night for you. And in the midst of these moments, well, it's like we've never left, but in a lifetime of returning, we're not home, we're not home. I need you brave, I want you brave, I need you strong, sing along, you are so beautiful, I am not wrong. And you can bring it on, world, you throw everything, because in the end love wins big, and there are some of us who will not be lying down. If you're all drifting away, if it's falling apart, just let yourself quietly drawn by the stronger call of what you really love now. Just let your soul, that's the one that you brought with you, say to this moment in time. Let it whisper to your fears and wrestle with the noise of this night. May it whisper to your fear, may it wrestle with the noise of this night for you.
So, may wrestle with your fears. So, stepping out of this position and stepping into the unknown, it was very scary. I was very comfortable being here in this wonderful community, in this wonderful building. And to continually feel that there is something else, there is something more, there is something that isn't necessarily separate, but actually might be expansive for this community as well. So I'm not sure what it is. I'm wrestling with the noises in the night, and it is coming about, but not for a moment. Not for a moment is it about ending my love affair with this place or with you. It is all about my expansion. I got a second lease on life. I run up the stairs, I can dance. We had our 30th. I didn't even think about it. I'm dancing across the floor, I'm running up and down the stairs, and I mean, a year ago, I couldn't do those stairs without stopping 3 or 4 times and, you know, hoping nobody spoke to me when I reached the top because it was gone. And, you know, when I'd like you to think about that, I'd like you to think about something that is pulling you, something that is trying to express through you, something that is trying to be heard, because I know each and every one of you still has a dream. You're not done yet. You still have things you want to experience, you want to express, because that's the very nature of who you are. That's why the universe created you. Because if you don't experience it, and you've heard me say this a million times, if you don't do it, you don't experience, the universe doesn't get to experience it. So think about that. Everything you do is the universe expressing through you. So, as I said, love is that creative force. So if you just even interchange creativity with the word love or spirit. So it's kind of like a double thing, right? So love is more than an emotion. It's the givingness of spirit. So what are you going to give? What are you going to do with this? What are you going to do with this love? Are you just going to keep it inside? Or are you just going to do the status quo, live the same day tomorrow that you lived the day before? Right? One thing I've learned about love, and especially in this teaching, it's not that it's not within you. It's not that I have more universe flowing through me than you do. We're all the same. But what I found is we have the barriers to that creative expansion, to that love. And that's kind of the work we do here, is we're tearing down those barriers, those obstructions, right? Those ideas. We're tearing down the idea of I'm not good enough. We're tearing down the idea I'll never have enough. There's not enough to go around. I'm always going to have less. There's no one out there for me, right? I'm too old to be loved. I'm too young to meet my soulmate. Whatever the statement is, right? I'm too unhealthy to ever be healthy again. I've got too much going on to participate in that, right? We create the obstacles. We're the only thing doing that. So what obstacles do you still need to remove? What do you need to get rid of? Right? Do you feel like somebody else has to show up and show you the way? You need a plan? You don't need a plan. You just need to allow, to let it flow through, because you truly are miracles. Each and every one of you are an expression of the divine, and if you were not here, we would not have that expression. So think about it. A world without a Wes.
Or a beautiful place that would be.
Yeah. Right? So, come on. What are you ready to express today? Right? What are you ready to let come through you? What can you remove that fear and do? Is there someone you've wanted to say something really nice to and you just haven't because you're a little scared of how they're going to take it? Right? Was there somebody that you thought of, send them a text? Send them a little, do you not think you would be changing the world by doing that? There's someone you need to forgive. Is there someone you've held forgiveness back from? That's another obstacle, right? Because you hold on to that anger, you hold on to that hurt, And that's an obstacle for you. That isn't affecting the other person. What do they always say? Forgiveness is, or anger is taking poison, expecting the other person to die. Right? And I always loved, I remember Reverend Krahn years ago, and I think he was quoting someone, probably Science of Mind, and he said, forgiveness is finally giving up on a better yesterday. Right? So we think about that. We hold on to old hurts. We hold on to old thoughts. Right? And we're angry about them. Why? We're not going to change what happened. We're not going to make that undone by holding on to that anger. Right? And I'm not saying don't put your boundaries or take care of yourself. But there has to be a forgiveness in your heart in order for you to move forward and do what the universe has put you here to do. So what amazing things are you ready to let go of? If we do anything, that would be one thing that I would love for you to do this summer. Try to let go. Go out and dance under the full moon. Go skinny dip anywhere you can. Go stroll along the riverbanks early in the morning when nobody else is up. Do something that touches your soul. Do something that you haven't done, just slightly different. Have your coffee black, have your coffee with cream. Just do something different and watch how it changes your day, because that is the magic of spirit. That is the true magic of what flows through each and every one of you. And that is what I have wanted to bring back into this center over the last few years, is the idea that you are magical. You have such a power. You can do things that you never imagined. We just need to get through those thoughts that keep coming up. There's a crazy, I've been having a lot of signs about doors lately. And it was interesting because my daughter's first sort of short film was about going in through doors and being in different sort of relationships, sort of alternate universe stuff before it was kind of really big. And I also had my sister say, you should watch the show Dark Matter. And she said, it just really makes me think of you. So start to watch it with my husband. Has anybody here seen the show? Well, it's all about, it's all about they actually won the Nobel Prize for physics on it, but it's all about possibilities. And it's a fellow that created a box in the show. And inside there's infinite doors and there's possibilities. And they kept going through doors and having horrible experiences and going back in. It was like every universe that they went to was terrible. And then they started to realize it was their thoughts. So what they were thinking affected what was on the other side of that door. Sound familiar? So they started to really watch their thoughts, because they realized when they said, what were you thinking about before we went out there? And I mean, I'm just laughing. I'm like, this is totally our teaching, right? It's like you're creating that universe, you're creating that reality. So going forward with CSL, we're going to create a reality that is going to be amazing. We have to choose to do that, but first we got to remove the obstacles. We got to remove the thought pattern and the ideas and just see expansion and the beauty of this place, because it isn't ordinary. Which leads me to my last song, but I will be saying one more thing after it.
They say the holy water's watered down, and this town's lost its faith. Our colors will fade eventually, so if our time is running out, day after day, we'll make the Monday our masterpiece. Oh my love, I take one look at you, you're taking me out of
So, if I can end with, may you keep finding the sacred in the ordinary. Keep letting love move through you, and keep remembering you are part of something beautiful that is never finished. And so it is. Thank you.